I really wasn't expecting this. Last week I did my first night flight since February, and I really wasn't happy with the landing. I decided this week to do 3 circuits with 2 touch and goes and 1 full stop landing. Wind was calm on the ground, so I was very surprised what it was like at circuit height. I would say this is probably the worst turbulence I have ever experienced, and at one point in the climb I actually wondered if I was going to be able to land the aircraft. Anyway, have a watch of the video after the opening titles and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks. I started learning to fly in 2013 and it took me 7.5 years to get my PPL licence due to a debilitating fear of flying. I created this channel to show some of my training and what's next for my flying hobby and to prove that it is possible to overcome a phobia. Welcome to the Phobic Flyer YouTube channel. So we start off with me just having finished the power checks at Alpha 2 and I'm offered the choice of 1 or 2 runways.
Sierra Juliet, would you prefer runway 27 or 09 for your circuit, surface and calm?
I'll go with 27 if that's okay, Golf Sierra Juliet.
What did I say then, Golf Sierra Juliet?
Golf Sierra Juliet, roger. Position. Golf Sierra Juliet, fire holding point Alpha 2, line up and wait from rate 27.
Fire Alpha 2, line up and rate 27, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, request taxi to pumps.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, taxi to pumps.
Taxi to pumps, Golf X-ray Whiskey.
Golf Sierra Juliet, right hand circuit, runway 27, clear for takeoff, surface wind 1, correction variable, 2 knots.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, Golf Sierra Juliet.
So at this point I was thinking, is it going to be windy? It's calm on the ground.
Airspeed is alive. P's and P's are in the green. Go, I'm up.
I think at this point it was okay, and then within a few seconds I think I get a bit of wind shear because I think the ground speed speeds up and then drops back drastically. So there you go, I'm doing 110 knots. There we go, look at that there. And again.
Oh, that's a bit bumpy.
It was a bit bumpy, and if you look, I'm putting in full aileron to the right to stop the aircraft doing a wing drop to the left, almost. If you watch the mobile tablet which is attached to the yoke, you can see how drastic my inputs are to keep the roll going exactly where I want it to. I am turning to the right at the moment, but even in the turn, it's quite windy at that height. So I'm at 1,000 feet now. I'm looking back to the airfield thinking I can't see it. I don't know where I am. I am just so grateful that I've got Sky Demon because it's so easy to use. All of the visual reference points that I use in the day, I can't see any of them other than GCHQ. GCHQ is a great visual reference point, or VRP, especially when you're flying the 2.7 circuit, because you basically turn from base onto final just after you've gone past it on your left. It's a little caravan park as well that you can see that you tend to turn over at 600 feet straight onto final. You can see the nose moving around a little bit there. Ground speed 73 knots. Airspeed is a little bit more than that.
Golf Sierra Juliet is downwind, touch and go.
Golf Sierra Juliet, report final.
Wilco, Golf Sierra Juliet.
So I'm nearly at 800 feet there, which is really bad circuit management. So I put in a bit of power, I think, just to bring that height back up to 1,000 feet where I should be.
Oh, this is bumpy. Don't like this.
Yeah, I didn't like it. And I was thinking at one point, how am I going to land this thing? What happens if I can't land it? What am I going to do? It's funny, it was horrible now, but when you get back then onto final and you start dropping down to about 300 feet, the wind just disappears. Shows all that mechanical resistance from all the buildings and things like that. A little bit blurry there because of the engine vibration at a certain frequency. It causes the cowling to vibrate where the camera's attached. I'm just turning onto base from downwind now. You can see that there flapping around a little bit. Just coming into view is GCHQ on the right hand side of the screen. 2 stages of flap I've got now, and I've powered back to about 1800 RPM, and I've trimmed forward about 3 trims as well on the trim wheel. You can see that caravan park just on the right of GCHQ. That's where I'm aiming to turn from base to final. You can see it there just moving around like mad. There you go, look, it's flapping around there again. Not a lot. And then I get a big gust in a sec. There. I'm concentrating so much, look at it, that I do forget to call for final touch and go in a sec. But because I am the only one in the circuit, she reminds me by giving me the clearance without me asking for it, which is nice. That side of the runway still gives me goosebumps. You just can't get a better view than that. Well, unless you're on holiday in, I don't know, Philippines or somewhere.
Sierra Juliet, from 827, clear touch and go, surface wind 1302.
Clear touch and go, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Very hoarse response there. Little tiny bit low. I think I've got 3 reds and a white. Should have 2 reds on the right and 2 whites on the left on the pappies. They're the instruments just to the left of the runway, just being blocked by the centre pillar, just coming into view now. And they ensure that you're on the correct glide slope for approaching the runway.
Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, I was happy with that. And I like the little screech you get as well, just as you land. I think I felt it then. So 1 down, 2 to go. 1 more touch and go and a full stop landing.
Ow.
I think I said, oh look, there's a canal. Or maybe not. Not sure what I said there, but I know I was pretty stressed. Look at that ground speed, 140 knots down to 115 in 1 second. I know I am turning, but that is pretty. Look at it now. It's all over the place, the ground speed. Sure, that's wind shear. Will I remember to do my bum filch checks on the downwind leg? Let's see.
Golf Sierra Juliet, downwind touch and go.
Golf Sierra Juliet, report final.
Okay, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Tell my voice is very tight, like a tiger.
Brakes. Parking brake has pressure. Now that was a bit crap. Circuit, let's get back inside because I'm going to be going over the noise abatement and I don't want to be doing that. Oh.
Yeah, Gloucester's got noise abatement on all legs of the Runway 27. I was cutting in a bit there, I think. Am I going to finish my downwind checks, I wonder?
Oh, this is bumpy.
Clearly not. At least I'm at 1,000 feet. Oh, at least I was. Oh, I am doing them in my head. Look, a bit of car beat there.
1, 2, whoa, Christ. And then 1, 2, stage of flapping.
Make sure I'm in the white arc to make sure I'm not going too fast.
Yes, I know. Telling me there's a temporary restricted area below. A little bit low here.
There's a temporary restricted area around the Cheltenham racecourse for drones, and Sky Demon was very happily telling me every 1 second until I acknowledged it, and then she stopped, which is nice of her. GCHQ there.
Better.
So I'm about 800 feet there. Ooh, a little drop there. I say this every video. I still cannot believe I'm flying a plane. Blows my head, really does. A guy with the flight phobia flying a plane. Just coming up to the caravan park there. Am I turning a bit early? I think I might be.
Got Sierra Juliet, final touch and go. 27.
Got Sierra Juliet, runway 27, clear touch and go, surface wind 1202.
Clear touch and go. Runway 27, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Golf X-ray Whiskey, it's at the pilot's request, taxi to Alpha Apron and did aircraft to now finish for the night.
Alpha Bravo X-ray Whiskey, taxi to the apron. Roger.
Taxi to Apron, Golf X-ray Whiskey, good night.
Golf X-ray Whiskey is the aircraft I flew last weekend. PA 28151. 30 horsepower less than this aircraft. Look at that view. Love it. Car beat off. Done that. I'm only doing 56 knots ground speed, and yet I start to float quite a lot. You can see I'm trying to pull back just to flare, and she won't.
Oh, heavy.
Heavy indeed. Still, it's a night flight.
Picked a floater load there.
She did.
Went a bit fast, I think. Right, here we go. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
I had to get rid of the 3 stages of trim because I found it very hard to pull back on the yoke. That yoke is all over the place. Left, right, left, right. Just trying to keep her in a straight line.
Christ.
Yeah. He's around, hopefully.
God, this is hard.
Yeah, I can remember it was. Very difficult, very challenging. Probably the most challenging flight I've had. I know the flying reporter has commented on his videos a few times, John, when he's encountered turbulence, and I know he doesn't like it either.
Golf Sierra Juliet, downwind on minutes 1 to land.
Golf Sierra Juliet, number 1, report final.
Number 1, Wilco, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Yeah, 3's enough. Actually, it was 2.
Brakes, undercarriage, mixture. Darby.
I went all the way from one to the other end.
Blimey, this is choppy.
Choppy like a choppy thing. If I wasn't flying with Sky Demon, there's no way on earth I would know I was flying over noise abatement. I know there are some old pilots, and maybe bold pilots, who don't believe in moving maps or any form of GPS tablet use in an aircraft. But I gotta be honest, flying at night, it's a different beast. Different ball game completely. Old and bow pilots. Wasn't that on Some Others Do Have 'Em with Michael Crawford? I think it was.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
No idea what I said then. Sounded like Nerf. Or maybe even yeah. Dunno. Just coming onto base leg now. GCHQ in the top right. The donut. Must have a bit of a headwind there because my ground speed is only 60 knots and I'm doing 75 airspeed. GCHQ. I think I've cut in slightly there because, oh, maybe not. I seem to be turning, well, that's a bit digital, wouldn't it? Just whack it over, Clarky. What's the worst that can happen when you're on base to final? Oh yes, a wing drop or even a spiral dive.
Right.
Yep, I've mentioned him a lot tonight. There's the view.
Garcia Juliet, final to land.
Sierra Juliet, runway 27, clear to land, surface wind calm.
Clear to land, 27, Garcia Juliet.
Love that view.
Too high, but
Am I too high? I'm not sure I am too high. Oh, maybe I am a little bit. That looks like 3 reds and a white. Powering it all the way down to the airfield. Or even runway. I think I let the speed bleed off too much now. Look at that ground speed dropping off. Bit heavy that. And you can hear my wheels locking up. Too much pressure.
Golf Sierra Juliet, flat track runway 27, vacate via holding point Alpha 2, taxi to parking.
backtrack, runway 27, exit via Alpha 2, and can I taxi to the pumps, please?
Golf Sierra Juliet, taxi to pump.
Actually, sorry, looking at the time, I'll taxi to parking, sorry, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Golf Sierra Juliet, no problem, taxi to parking.
Taxi to parking, Golf Sierra Juliet.
Go on, make your mind up, Clarky. Anyway, that's my video. Thank you for watching.